Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to a new episode of Top 5 Rant. Today I am joined with Sean and Patrick. Like always, he will only give his opinion through voice because he doesn't like being on camera.
And there's enough ugly on camera already.
Shut up,
man. Alright.
This week we're going to be doing our top 5 favorite Eevee Evolutions. I mean, who cannot love the evolutions of Eevee?
Yeah,
I mean,
everyone wants one.
Everyone wants probably at least one of them.
Yeah.
So, we're going to start off now, and so enjoy. Number 5. My number 5 would have to go to Glaceon. Because Ice, I like the way the Glaceon looked.
Yeah.
The moves were pretty good.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have to, and plus I couldn't really decide any other ones.
Yeah.
And I just liked Glaceon more than Leafeon.
Yes.
That's pretty much it.
Alright. Mine's kind of a mixed decision between Glaceon and Sylveon. True, I haven't gotten to really use Sylveon that much. I mean, it's a new fairy type Pokemon, but with the new role it serves in defeating dragons and being resistant dragon types, and serving as other weaknesses, and its only weaknesses is steel and poison. That's ridiculous. I know, but and plus I like its shiny form. It's like cotton candy blue instead of pink. No, it actually really is. I mean, it's reverse colors. Basically.
That'd be a lot better than that. The normal one.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
if you're a guy.
Well, its eyes become pink, and basically its ribbon ends become pink. But it's kind of strange. But I don't know. I mean, and the fact that Glaceon's also anti-dragon type as well makes it kind of a close counter to it, maybe placing it next to it. But I'm gonna lean maybe more towards Sylveon.
My number 5 is gonna have to be Flareon. I mean, it's one of the classics, so it's definitely going to make it to my top 5.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I just kind of thought it looked cool. Although it looked more like a cat to me than anything else.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, alright.
Number 4. My number 4 will have to go to Jolteon, the electric type. The reason why it's number 4 is probably because, again, it's one of the classics, of course. You can't have a top 5 without any of the classics on the list.
You can't deny that.
And it's electric, and electric is one of my favorite Pokemon types. And it's thunder, it's like Thunderbolt. It was just pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would have to be it.
Alright. Alright then. My number 4 would have to go to Vaporeon. Being one of the classics, of course, it has to go on the roster. Of course, you're not going to deny it a place, at least. But one reason why I like Vaporeon is because Vaporeon reminds me a lot of Princess Ruto from Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. If you look at its facial features and its fins and everything, it looks like Ruto if she was a Pokemon, basically. As funny as it sounds, it's true. Hey, you have played Ocarina of Time. You know what I'm talking about. And I think, alright, yeah, here you go, Pat.
My number 4 is going to have to be Leafeon. I mean, it's one of the new ones, yeah, but I just kind of like the way it looked, and I love grass Pokemon. Grass Pokemon are pretty cool. And it was kind of hard to get just because of the evolution, the way you had to evolve it.
Yeah,
so, it was
Mossy Rock.
Yeah, it was worth getting it, though.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's it.
Number 3. The number 3 for mine would have to go to Flareon. You'd think, to me, I would have to say Fire-type Pokemon is my favorite type of Pokemon, but Flareon gets number 3 because, of course, I have another favorite for a reason. My number 1 is another one for another reason. But Flareon, he was pretty cool. And again, it's a classic. He was one of the original 3 forms of Eevee evolving, and it was just pretty cool.
Yeah. Alright, my number 3 would have to go to Umbreon. I mean, it's one of the very first dark types that was ever introduced in Gold and Silver version of Pokemon, and personally, I always thought it was pretty cool to use. I mean, its defense is pretty good, but I mean, the fact that you could actually have the dark type Eevee Evolution itself kind of gives you some sort of advantage in case you want a dark type. And other than that, I mean, I really don't have way too much else on it. I mean, that.
My number 3 is going to be Vaporeon. I mean, kind of mermaid looking, but it was pretty cool. I picked that one over Flareon whenever I first got the game.
Yeah, I get you.
I mean, plus water, one of the easiest Pokemon to use just because it affected pretty much everything.
Yeah, basically.
That's it.
Yeah.
Number 2. My number 2 would have to go to Espeon, the psychic one. The psychic one. I know most people usually like Umbreon more.
Perhaps, yeah.
But Espeon to me, I thought it was pretty cool. It's just the way that it looked.
Yeah.
And Psychic was pretty good.
Yeah.
Because I loved Alakazam.
Oh yeah.
That's how I would love Psychic, and then of course Eevee was it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that has to get my number 2.
My number 2 is also Espeon, unfortunately. Yeah, I know. Another unfortunate event between me and him. Yeah, but like James said, of course Psychic types are awesome to use, but as soon as Espeon was introduced in Gold and Silver, of course I had to get one. I mean, who wouldn't want one? I think everyone back then tried to at least get one of the newer Eevee Evolution forms because of the new Pokemon that were coming out, and yeah, I mean, it has always been handy ever since I used one of the newer generations. I mean, I always loved using it, especially in new Soul Silver, since it basically is kept in there as a pretty good concept. Yeah, Pat?
My number 2 is going to have to be Iceon. I mean, I love the ice element.
It's Glaceon.
Glaceon.
Is it Glaceon?
Yes, it is.
Iceon, Glaceon, same damn thing.
It's ice.
Yeah, but it's going to have to be Glaceon. I mean, I love the ice element, and that was one of the first actual cool-looking ice Pokemon, in my opinion.
I get it. Cool.
I didn't even... Shut up,
Ice comment there, Patrick.
No, shut up. But, yeah, Glaceon is going to have to be my number 2.
Alright.
And to finish this all off, number 1. My number 1 will have to be Vaporeon, the water type. The reason why is because when Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness came out, and you have that Eevee.
Oh yeah.
And it's just, I brought my love of Eevee to a higher height. It's just awesome. And then when I had to choose which stone to get to turn it, which it was by accident actually that I accidentally, because I didn't know what was happening, so I chose the water stone thinking, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna grab it and I can just exchange it. No, I had to keep it, so I'm like, God damn it.
So what did you want originally?
I originally actually wanted fire.
Ah, okay.
But I got water, and after a while, I finally gave in and evolved it to a Vaporeon. And then, pretty much through the rest of the game, it was Vaporeon and the very first dark Pokemon you can catch, the Teddiursa.
I think it's a normal type, not a dark type, dude.
No, it's like black. It's evil.
Oh, the dark itself. Oh yeah, you're right.
It's the dark heart version of Teddiursa.
Yeah, it's not dark. You're right. The first shadow Pokemon.
Yeah, the first shadow Pokemon you can capture in Gale of Darkness was Teddiursa.
Yeah.
I captured him and Vaporeon and him with my main to go team in double battles.
Yeah.
And if there was an actual way, I would love to transfer that Vaporeon over to like the DS game.
Yeah.
Like with my Typhlosion for my gold. And so that's how Vaporeon grew on me, because I always tried to have Vaporeon in the main team.
Yeah.
When it does double battles. So that's why it's number 1.
I get you.
So, because it felt like, and plus it became like a buddy to me, so
yeah.
It was pretty fun. And that's my number 1.
Right. My number 1 would have to be Jolteon, actually. Back when originally me and my brother got Pokemon Red and Blue. We originally got Eevee, and my brother actually was really affectionate towards fire types, and he's like, "Oh man, I want to get the fire type. Can you get a different type?" And I didn't know what type I wanted to use, and I noticed I really didn't use any electric types at all. So I'm like, why don't I just try the Thunderstone? I basically got a Jolteon out of it. I thought, oh man, this looks pretty cool, even though it's kind of prickly and weird looking. We used it later on, never got rid of it. I don't think I ever got rid of that thing. I mean, later on in the games, I always keep a Jolteon, because whenever I need an electric type, it's so handy. I mean, it's always there. It's like James, with him, it became a companion of mine, and I always kept it in my party, because, I mean, that special attack and that speed it's a lifesaver, man. I mean, it is awesome. Yeah. Okay.
My number one is gonna have to be Umbreon, because from the GameCube game, the first one for the series that you talked about earlier,
Pokemon Coliseum.
yeah, you start out with Espeon and Umbreon, and I didn't really care for Espeon just because I don't really like psychic Pokemon in
Yeah, it's
general.
understandable.
But Umbreon, I actually kind of used him throughout the whole game, and he was pretty cool. I mean, he became pretty reliable, and
Oh yeah, I mean that thing. Whenever it'll be
I mean,
very
that thing
good.
kicks ass once you get it high level.
Oh yeah, high level. Yeah, that thing will save your life.
Yeah, especially the speed.
Oh yeah, the defense on that thing actually
Yeah.
helps too.
Defense does too.
It's like,
But yeah, that's my number one.
yep. Well, that's our top 5 favorite Pokemon. This video was kind of short because it was just Pokemon, and there's really not much to say except for
Yeah, I mean-
personal experiences with that Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean everyone knows. Almost everyone knows about Pokemon. They could
Yeah.
give their own sort of story. We don't have to give a long explanation of ours.
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
Plus, they're just cool, and it's Eevee for crying out.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't probably for the other forms, I would, if I actually had a chance. But in my personal opinion, if I actually had a team of Eevees,
Yeah.
or like its forms, I would actually have like a normal Eevee, because Eevee still looks cool,
Yeah.
even though how normal it looks.
Right. I would not keep a normal Eevee in my party. Personally, no. I mean, I normal types are all right. I just usually don't keep a normal types at all. It just is too normal, I guess.
Well, the way I see it, it's like if Pokemon was real, I would actually keep like a normal Eevee, like as like a companion or a buddy,
right.
like with like Pikachu and like those other people that has companions.
Oh yeah. If you
That
named
they
it-
become companions instead of capturing them.
Yeah, I could probably actually see that because some would actually probably be a lot more difficult to travel with. Like, let's say I got a Jolteon along the journey. That thing's going to be full of static. I'm probably not going to be able to have too much, traveling time with that thing. I couldn't even give it a hug. That thing would probably prickle me and then shock me with its needles. Ugh, that would be very, very unpleasant.
That's pretty much it. And I think I just came up with a new top 5 list.
Oh.
My top 5 favorite Pokemon types.
Oh, didn't we already do that? I think, yeah, we might have done that. You might have to look through the list.
Yes, I might have to look through it.
It feels like we.
I either have it on with my other list, or I've already done it. It's been so long since I did
Yeah, I
it.
think if not, we should definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, this was a pretty short video. It is what it is. So write down in the comments down below what was your favorite form of Eevee, if you have one. Why did you like it? Like this video, share it, subscribe to my channel, like my Facebook page, and I will see you next week. So, see ya.